Be careful how you treat people when you're in a position of power. I am on a retreat with my school with a bunch of other veterans, and I was reminded of a story, so I'm going to share it with you guys. I served in the Marine Corps from 2007 to 2011. Rah! My very first duty station was Cherry Point, North Carolina. This was a major culture shock for me because I'm from Southern California. North Carolina, Southern California. So I was already going through it mentally, and it was my first time truly away from my friends and family and everything I knew. At my first duty station, one of the very first people in charge of me or above me was a white man, very country from like Alabama-ish type of vibes, you know, that type of white man. His name was Sergeant Stewart. We cool now. Sergeant Stewart, if you ever see this, I ain't mad at you, playa. But I'm this like 18-year-old girl. I'm trying to get settled into this new life and this duty station and what my life had just become. And a lot of people who are active duty smoke cigarettes. I did not. I also worked on the flight line, so having like FOD and cigarette butts, it's a no-no on the flight line because it could damage the aircraft. So one day, the person that's in charge of both Sergeant Stewart and I, the person above us, tells Sergeant Stewart to clean out the bucket of cigarette butts. So I mind my business, I don't smoke, so I just keep working on the computer. Well, as soon as the person that's in charge of both Sergeant Stewart and I leave the building, Sergeant Stewart tells me to go clean the cigarette butts. And I wasn't disrespectful or anything, but I said, Sergeant Stewart, Gunny told you to do it because you smoke. That's why he directed it towards you, because you smoke. He said, oh yeah? So because he outranked me and he was in a position of power, this man went outside, grabbed the bucket of cigarette butts and dumped it all over the flight line. And him, amongst other people that outranked me, went outside and watched him humiliate me. He told me to pick up the cigarette butts as they watched, and I had to pick up every single cigarette butt. I was so humiliated. I felt so small. I cried for weeks because I felt so degraded. So fast forward, some time passes, I pick up rank, we're cool, beef is squashed, whatever, I'm over it. Sergeant Stewart ends up getting in trouble. He gets in trouble out in the town. He gets a DUI. I believe he cheats on his wife or hits his wife. And he ends up getting his ass reamed on base too. Because you can't be doing shit like that because you're a representation of the Marine Corps. So you can't be acting out like that. They take away his rank, 2 ranks, his pay, amongst other things. The next day he comes into the office and guess what? I now outrank him. I now have the position of power over him because he got in trouble. And I jokingly, but with a serious tone, said, all right, let's go pick up cigarette butt. He never forgot what he did to me. And it looked like he saw a ghost. But me being me, I said, I'm just fucking with you, bro. I would never do that to you. I would never humiliate you or degrade you because you're a human being. And I understand that you made a mistake. So I hope you learn not to use your position of power against people.